أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الصلاة والسلام على رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. So yeah, I'm going to do a little reaction video to this song that I was sent. It's called Thicker Than Blood by Ahmed Zaire from ING, Islamic Not Group. I think that's whatever. I'm going to have to bear through this because even when I was in the Jamaat, I didn't listen to Jamaat songs because they're mostly just trash. But especially now, especially considering that even when I was in the Jamaat, Mubarak Jelani said these things were haram. So all these followers are making all these songs and trying to be, pop stars or Islamic pop stars or Jamaat pop stars and all this stuff. So we'll see if this is a haram song. I'm going to bear through this because I really can't stand listening to these things. But Thicker Than Blood, let's see what this guy is talking about. Okay, so first got the haram beats. That's one. Even their sheikh said this is haram, so like I already mentioned. The other thing is it's got dhickering in silence. So like you can't dhikr in silence. You have to make some sound. You have to move your tongue and lips somehow. But maybe they're talking more quietly. Who knows? It's a song, but it's not Islamic, but whatever. Let's see what else they're talking. Don't think because of our silence that we're lying. You keep on lying, but the lion's got his eyes. So this is funny because Allah knows best, but it sounds like it's a reference to the fact that we at R2F keep pointing out the fact that they're absolutely silent in defending their beliefs in Tmoa. Like no responses whatsoever. They can't defend them. So they're trying to make like a show of like, oh yeah, we're silent. Let's make don't think because we're silent that we're lying. Well, you can't lie if you're silent. Well, that's one thing. But then they say we keep on lying. This is just they're talking about us. Who knows what the hell he's talking about? But if we're lying, supposedly the stuff we're saying about their Jamaat, their sheikh, and everything else, we're lying. And that the lying, usually people in Tmoa in this cult talk about the lying, they're actually making specific reference to their sheikh, Mubarak Jelani. So their sheikh, who's dead in his grave, supposedly has his eye on us. Okay. But if that's true, remember, like, we're also the barking dogs, and your quote is, the dogs keep barking and the caravan keeps moving. Why is your sheikh so concerned about us that he has his eye on us even in his grave? Is he that worried about us? Ya Allah. So this is like an inadvertent, like, it's a song, so I'm not taking too much, but that's like, kind of like a threat. We're coming. Or who are you coming for? Like, you're silent, you're thick, you're doing everything in silent, you're keeping silent, but now like you're supposedly scaring us because you're coming. Ya Allah, these guys. So right here, like this is what we've been talking about. Like this is them building themselves up, and Allah knows best if anything will ever happen. But typically, when you have people, when you're threatening their whole life existence, like their whole life existence is about Mubarak Jelani and this falsehood that he taught them. So when you have some people like us who are speaking against this falsehood, it's actually challenging their whole existence. Their whole existence is the cult. So you have, like we've been doing this for 4 years now, that we've been talking about this stuff. And for them, they've been totally silent, but now little things are trickling out. You have the audio by Hussein Adams, who's talking about like, yeah, go smack these guys around or whatever. Now, and other things have come out. You have people making little posts on Facebook and social media of like, yeah, we're going to get these guys and whatever. Then you have now they're making songs about it, I'm willing to take a life or whatever. Let me rewind it and see exactly. But basically, he's willing to kill for this. So he said he's willing. Basically, he said, I'm willing to take a life, give my life for the crown, right? For the Jamaat or the leader of the Jamaat or whatever. So this person is willing to die for the Jamaat and kill for the Jamaat. And so when we talk about like the violence of Tmoa and these people try to act like, oh no, we're these peaceful Amish type Muslims that's trying to just love America and live in the woods. No, this is all from the root of what Tmoa is violence and falsehood. Comes from these people that years ago they were actually committing terrorist acts. And the reason why Mubarak Jelani couldn't even come back in this country. But it's just this stuff is funny. Did he just say we might keep you around if you're down with the cause? So it's funny when cults actually explain how they are a cult. If you're down with the cause, we're going to keep you around. If not, you're expendable. We're going to kick you out. You're going to go to war for your fallen brothers. What fallen brothers? And the Sixth got you covered. The Sixth has you covered. Like they commit shirk in their own songs. The Sixth Sultan has him covered. Well, which one are you talking? Which Sixth Sultan are you talking about? Like, are you talking about your sheikh? Because he's dead. You don't have any dirt's covering him. He's not covering you. Maybe you switch to another Sixth Sultan, one that's alive, of the 5 or 6 that have claimed to be this mythical feature. But Allah has you covered. You know, Allah's in control of all that, not your deceased sheikh. Keep poking at the lion. Again, this is whether they're referring to their sheikh or themselves or whatever. I mean, Allah knows best. Hopefully these guys don't ever resort to violence, but this is typically what these things resort to because they have no defense for their beliefs. They have no defense for their actions. They lack knowledge. They lack courage. And people that lack knowledge and lack courage, and their last resort is to violence. It's like a wounded animal, you know. So that's pretty much right. You take a wounded animal, put them in a corner, and the last thing they're going to do, no matter how scary they are, they're going to lash out, you know. But I mean, this stuff is being saved. So if, you know, Allah forbid anything ever does happen to somebody like this, they're telling their stories like dumb rappers who talk about the people they killed in their rap songs so they can get street cred. You know, very smart. Mount is your companion. Then wish for death then. So, hold on. These people are freaking stupid. So he says, like, so again, he says, all my life, I've trained to give my life. All my life, I've trained for war. No, our retreats are about going in the woods and camping and, you know, kayaking and all this stuff. No, yeah, you remember, but you don't seem to forget the retreats where you're training, you know, jihadists for the war that's coming to America, for the Mahdi that Mubarak Jelani has announced like 20 times, has never showed up. You know what I mean? Maybe his Mahdi is black because he on black people time. He's going to show up a little late. I mean, but this just confirms, like, we don't have to do these things. We all know the truth, and these people try to hide the truth with their silence or with their false stories, or they're putting out these little clips of, you know, this idealized lifestyle in Tmoa, but we know the truth. And then you have silly people like this that come out and, you know, they're trying to be Jamaat famous by coming up with these songs and whatever, that the only people that only listen to them is people in the Jamaat. But they go against the narrative. Like, did he check this song with Noor and say, hey, this is the song I want to put out? Because it's going against the narrative they're putting out there, right? He's actually telling some of the truth, right? Yeah, all your life you've been training to give your life and training for war, right? It's called jihadi training. Duh. This guy's a nut. And this song is so trash. How do I play it? Here we go. That was rough. But I don't know how many of those I'll do. I can't listen to this crap. But yeah. So that was the song. I don't know. I guess if I did a live reaction, I have to rate it. I rate it -5 out of a possible 100. No, but I'm not into these not things. But again, this is just silly. You see how things are in their own heads. They're feeling more and more pressured. You know, you have things going on that we'll talk about more on our shows and different things. But, you know, thicker than blood, you know, talking about war, talking about giving their life, talking about attacking people, talking about we're coming for you. Veiled threats, you know, this is what cowards do. Instead of saying, oh, you know what, here's how the Quran and Sunnah supports what we believe and what we do. Right? Instead of saying, you know what, we've made some mistakes, we violated people's rights and this and that, you know, this is what they do. But thank you for exposing yourselves and exposing some of the reality of the Jamaat that we've been exposing. So thank you for corroborating the information that we've been doing. So Ahmed Zaire, keep coming with the bangers. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.